Oh, hey, welcome to the stream. I know there's nobody watching here at the moment, but the thing is, I'm gonna roll the intro and hope that, things are gonna go well. And this is for the YouTube audience so that they can see. Ahem. Hey, and welcome to the first ever of a new series, Analysis. In this installment, we'll be looking at a famous past SMP to see what knowledge could be gained to help the channel. Before we go into it, though, we'll be comparing it to a server I'm personally proud of, Neo Vulcan. Let's roll the intro. So you might have seen the Neo Vulcan city before. It's featured in a lot of my videos because, well, I mean, who wouldn't put Neo Vulcan in a lot of them? It's truly a nice place to be. Like, this is Neo Vulcan. This is the heart of the area that we're in. But the thing is that we're not really gonna progress as much as I thought we were in this city. So obviously it's incomplete. But the thing is, this city has been going on for, I'd like to say something like 11 months in total. So obviously the city is like not too advanced, but I still love it because it was the city that basically a lot of my things were built on. Even the intro has this city skyline in here. A lot of it was built by me. A lot of other people built it, and it's listed in, I think, the Ultimate Minecraft Road Trip video I made a few months ago. But this is Neo Vulcan, and this is what we're going to be comparing it to, the Dream SMP. And I do have the Dream SMP loaded up because Dream, even though he's not really that good, he did give us one thing, and that thing was the Dream SMP itself. So obviously, when you get that, you want to make sure that you have the best possible thing to make sure that your thing is gonna pop off. But speaking of popping off, this channel's been, well, popping off like crazy. I've never seen anything like it. But we're gonna tour the city first before we head on to the Dream SMP, and this is a very small portion of the server. It's just that, for the sake of timekeeping, we're gonna keep it to this so that it goes straight into there in the video, and then we can, gain some views, because what's YouTube without views? But let's get into it. So here's the suburb that a lot of people built, and we got the wonderful factory that well, I mean, the name can explain it all. It's called the Donghua Jinlong Sweetberry Factory. And don't you get it? This thing is hastily built. It looks really bad. It's just overall not a really good piece of architecture that I built. But the whole point of it is to just mass produce it. And over here we got more copy-pasted American suburbs, because an American city is not an American city without the massive suburbs just spanning in every single direction. Here we got the research center over here, the farms, the roads, and there was a lot of drama that happened on this server too. See, when I was building here, there was an organization, and it was called the IYC, and it was this really, really powerful organization, but there were like hundreds of cracks inside of what made up the composition of this. So obviously when you see a lot of this, it's not going to particularly be that much of a worry to a lot of people that there's a lot of unrest compared to the Dream SMP, where everyone's like, oh my gosh, I got the $1 million stare from Tommy in it, or something like that. But here you can see the massive skyline. But there was a lot of tension. I mean, at one time, somebody bombed this place to bits. And this isn't even a joke. This actually happened. But then it got rolled back because, server administrators, they personally like rolling back everything to make sure that everything's good. But, I mean, you can still see some traces of, like, bombings way out in, like, the countryside where we never basically renovated it. Because this is the center, right? And usually the center is the most maintained out of any place in the entire server. So, going farther away, you would see a lot of it. But anyways, that's the first part. And I'm just gonna roll the intro again because we have more viewers than last time. We might as well do that, so. And here we are. Here we are in the wonderful world of. Well, first thing I see is a pride flag. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but like, it shows you everything when you see this. But this is the Dream SMP, and I mean, let's check this out. It's just more chaotic. I don't know how. We were more chaotic than this SMP was within the span of like 2 years, as we were 11 months. Given the amount of chaos that was here, it's surprising how much was made, particularly in here. But going down what they called, what was it? It was the the prime path. Yes, the prime path. Going down here, you would see that like there's a lot of signs, and the road is well, it's the same dimensions as the Neo Vulcan roads, that's for sure. But something is just completely particularly wrong with this section. Something just feels off. And I guess that's like all the bombings because they never rolled back anything. There's just like one thing I can remark about this is that there's so much lore about this place that it's not even funny that there was just so much destruction, because that's just part of the lore. People love lore. I mean, I personally liked it until like the end, like 18 months of the server. I was like, I'm gonna tap out of this. This feels like something I'm too invested, that a lot of people are too invested in. Like, for example, the Dream Stands. The Dream Stands really ruined this place, and in a sense, this caused like the downfall of the Dream SMP. It was getting a little bit too cluttered, so they just like threw it in the garbage. So this is what I think maybe is like the what is this? This is the Lemanberg thing. Whatever that was. It looks unrecognizable too, because in the original videos, this was just like some pristine, unchanged landscape, and now there's just like a waterfall that, by the way, doesn't even flow into the actual like basin. It just flows into this pit that is Lemanberg. And might I say this? This download, and I swear under oath, was the biggest thing I think I've ever downloaded. It was 15 gigabytes. And I know that's not a lot because there are servers like 2B2T that make, they say, 500 gigabyte world downloads unofficially, but this is still a lot. And when you see this, you're like, why is this so big? Because I actually did personally like fly through here a few weeks ago, and I saw it. This area is literally the size of a Neo Vulcan. This isn't a joke either. The entire server can fit inside the metropolitan Neo Vulcan area. I mean, just look at this. Apparently, I've actually not been in here, but this is the museum, unquote. And see, look at how kind of small this place is. Because a lot of, personally, from what I remember, this place was huge. It felt like there was so much going on, but you know, most of the, like in theme park rides, most of the theming comes from the actual themes themselves, not the actual ride. You know what, like Universal, where you like walk into the queue, it's like 65 minutes, right? But then you're waiting there and it feels like a long time, but in reality it doesn't, because all the theming's there and there's just some kind of like indication as to how far you're heading into the ride. And by the time you get there, you're like, I'm satisfied with the theming. That fits with the theme in itself. You get on the ride, and it's not really that nice, but you get off, and there's more theming. So people are like, yeah, I want to have this in my, like, memories. I want to have a photo op with that. So then they pay, like, $35 for what? For a picture. For a memory. And that's basically, and this server is basically the Minecraft version of a movie theater, of a theme park ride. That's exactly what it is. There's nothing else that particularly represents it. But looking back at this map, I can't understand why people thought this was massive. But I thought that apparently this is like Tubbo's place or something. I thought that this part was like thousands of blocks away. Like I was thinking it was like here maybe. But no, it's here relative to where we are, which is like I don't even know where are we. Where are we actually? Legitimately, I just can't remember. Oh wait, this is an archive map before like the destruction or no. Okay, I am really getting confused here. Okay, so hmm we're here. We're here. We're somewhere around here. Look, I look at the viewers dropping. Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares. And that doesn't matter because this is a series that I really want to create and it's like it's kind of beautiful and I like enjoying the comparisons. But looking back on this, it was just kind of awful place. But what happens if I increase the render distance a little bit? Hopefully this will give me a better view of everything. And yeah, wow, look. This is 44 chunks, by the way. This is, what is this? This is 44 chunks, yeah. 44 chunks isn't, if you look from one end of, like, the, area to the other, 44 chunks is still not enough to see the entire, like, system built. So, I'm surprised. This place was built by, like, I don't know, 40 people? And Neo Vulcan was built by, like, mostly only 5 people. So, in a sense, these people are just not building things correctly. But it's just strange. And it's lagging real hard when I put in here. Hey, welcome, how do you say this? JDK. Good Jaduk. There. That's your name. Your name is Good Jaduk. And I don't know how I'm able to say that. Just don't ask me about that because, well, I'm the captain of this stagnating channel. Because actually, yeah, it was stagnating a lot. But yeah, no, it just doesn't feel particularly interesting because I know a lot of people are like incredibly obsessed with this people are incredibly obsessed with this SMP. Like some person even like invented a sexuality or gender around this, which I do not condone because stuff is just weird, unusual, and I'm gonna be real here. The Smollett channel is way better than this. But I'm not to be like a particularly angry person, like an angry old man. But look at how many pride flags there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see here, and there's probably more that I can't see right now. But there's at least 5 of them. And the issue about that is that what kind of like server is just like plastering all of that? Because in Neo Vulcan we had like these beacons that you could turn on and off for like pride stuff, and we usually never turned it on. Look, there's even pride. There's even gay flavored sheep. That's what I'm calling it. Gay flavored sheep. This just makes me laugh when I say gay flavored because I have like the worst jokes on the planet and nobody will tell me otherwise. They say that it sucks. And I agree. Okay, but oh, this is the start of the road to like the Las Nevadas, which basically is like an analog to Neo Vulcan in a sense. Like it looks nearly analogous to Neo Vulcan in the sense that like a lot of his architecture is the same, but I think like every building is larger. The roads though, I will have to critique. The roads are too small. I mean, ours was 1 block wide, but we intended it for people to walk, not for like actual vehicles. But this is 2 blocks wide. A lane is usually 3.5 blocks wide, and you can't put that in there, so you measure it to the nearest block, 4 or 3 blocks. And most people do that instead, or they put 1 block. But for the sake of the argument, let's look at this and oh, okay, you copied my this Cooki guy decided to copy my my design decided to copy my city's Space Needle, because this is literally the Space Needle. I've been inside of here, but like there are 2 floors instead of 1, and it looks like a hybrid of both the Stratosphere, the Las Vegas Stratosphere, and the Space Needle here in Seattle. And I mean, it looks good, so I have nothing to complain if it looks that good. But what kind of floor is this? There's nothing in here. People used to complain about my like buildings being this ugly, like these ugly tower blocks that just particularly never make sense. However, when you see this, it's like, what are they doing with this massive, massive building? I mean, this is more floor space than there is actual like blocks, and it looks complete in a lot of areas. But who in the heck is ever gonna use these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 block high ceilings? No one, no one. And let me just go back to the to the server that I'm in, the IO server, and it looks more normal, like you're looking at a drone image from afar. And it's this just beautiful shade of, well, everything in here. But this is the constant. This is Neo Vulcan, and this is my favorite city, which means I'm biased. I mean, some of these buildings, not gonna lie, look ugly. Like this one that I built, it was the first building, but it's the best building. Oh, hello, Noah. But as you can see here, this building, this building is always better than whatever they're building out there. Because look, these ceilings make sense. They make perfect sense for apartments, because this is a model apartment that I built. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks high. We go back and we go to, say, the Dream SMP. We go on here and check it out. Check it out. Look again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually even higher than I saw before. But see, this just doesn't particularly make any sense in the slightest. So over here is the you can't even enter this. Sorry. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna barge in here. I'm gonna see this place. Oh, and it is beautiful. It looks like, I'm not gonna lie, this looks better than anything I could ever build, but I feel as if they had just, CTRLC, CTRLV something from the, it looks like they Control-C, Control-V something from the builders who built a lot of the stuff here. Even though, like, ours, well, it wasn't that good, but it was original. Nobody else had built something like it. But seeing as this place is large, I wonder what's in the behind of this area. Okay, that wasn't very entertaining. Let's try this again. In actuality, I give this a 0 out of 10. A 0 out of 10. There you go. That's your rating for the Las Nevadas area. Mainly because you copied my Space Needle, but you also built a very useless, very tall building for no reason. Because if you're gonna have a utility, make it right. No, this is different. This is, the Dream SMP. We're comparing it to the 1.20 server. I think you might be familiar with it. The one where, all the towers and stuff, where everything was complete. That's the one we're comparing it to, because they have, like, similar histories to each other. But look at this. Look at this. It just expands on for forever and ever. And I'm gonna go check my, statistics right now. And, oh wow, it is popping off, as if I'm seeing this correctly, but, like, I think it's beginning to slow down. Rest in peace my subscribe. Rest in peace the streak of going upwards. Somebody needs to run that on loop. But I'm gonna go fly to, well, whatever I see next. And this is what is this? What kind of weird looking dome this is? What is the purpose of like half of these buildings? People are like, yeah, we're gonna build something incredible. And I think this one, what is this? This is the railway where like, didn't this like dream guy get killed on this railway one time? I'm familiar with like the early days of this server, but not the later days. So if I get this wrong, then you can go ahead and insult me to heaven and earth, to wherever it is. But anyways, I'm gonna have to. How do you do this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to, take a sneeze. But you don't wanna watch this, so I'm keeping it off for your viewing pleasure because I hate anyone else seeing whatever happened. But you know, this has to be like the first ever stream where I'm just running out of ideas because I want to do this analysis thing though. It is the favorite thing that I've made. Is there anything beyond here? Nothing really. It just looks like a. You know what this looks like? This looks like a garbage dump. Okay. Wait, I think I remember this from, the guy who unfortunately passed away of cancer in 2020 something. It is, okay. Okay, so if I just walk through here, you need to set your spawn here. Oh. This just looks irreversibly ruined. I think it's this way, maybe? I have no freaking clue where I'm going. Okay, yeah, this is definitely the wrong way. Well, I mean, look, I can't see everything, so the only way we're gonna know if stuff is gonna work is if we just, fly away and never come back. Yippee. Oh my gosh, wait. What is this? Okay, this is the place that I can respect. Look at this. Look at this. They got a cross. That's worth everything. That's worth everything. You know what? 10 out of 10 for this destroyed build because it got a cross. Nothing else has a cross on here. They all have the gay flavored flags at this point. So this is the one building that gets a 10 out of 10 on the Dream SMP. You get 9.89 repeating for your valiant efforts in constructing this, but you don't have a cross, so I'm gonna give the most arbitrary rating I think we've ever seen. And yeah, gay flavored, -10, -10 on the scale, real. -10 on the scale. Nobody else gets a 10 out of 10. You're all getting. Oh wait, there's a beacon. Okay, -11. -11. You're getting -11 on the scale. Not saying that I hate them. I mean, 37% of my audience is gay flavored. But the thing is, it's just the rhetoric. It's either you're gonna put all the flags or you're gonna put no flags. And I prefer none because I like keeping my, household clean. And this is apparently the place where they launched the nuke to kill the server. This is what they I believe this is called Snowden and it was made by this I can't remember it, but it's like a friend of Tommy in it or something. Look, look, I have forgotten so much in the past few years about this place that I could just not be bothered to care. But you know what? Okay, let's see this. Oh, Tubbo. Oh yeah, I can remember now. It's Tubbo. Tubbo, Tubbo, Tubbo. You. Come on. Come on! What is this? This is hollow. This is hollow. Half the building is hollow. There's nothing in here. You could have built it something for use. What is this? What is this? I'm getting out of here. 0 out of 10. I mean, at least he didn't hang up any flags. And here is the Pandora's Vault, I think it is. Now, I don't want to get in here because that would be stupid. Who would actually do that? But what I do want to see is a lot of like the monuments in places. I want to see the exile place. I forget where it is, but like I want to see that place. Hmm. I don't know where it is. Oh no! I'm gonna be the first person ever to get lost in the Dream Original. Your name Clay SMP. Oh, ooh, this is a tradition of like a lot of people. What they do is they make these like polders where they just like take out the sand when they put like an outline on. That's what I would do too if I had like no sand, but like the days of that are far over for most servers that I've been on. And this is a ski rink. Okay, I'm definitely going the wrong direction because that's the last of it. Hello, Voxy. How do you say it? Vuxy, Voxy? Whatever. We're comparing this kind of trashy Dream SMP to, you know, the greatest ever city, Neo Vulcan. Don't don't question it. I swear under oath, don't question it. But we're gonna go back here, and we're gonna see it, and it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. It's gonna be the best thing ever. Sorry, I can't like 1v1 you in Minecraft. I mean, I love the idea of making more content, but like, this is the next big thing. Okay, that's a lie. Of course it is. But this is Neo Vulcan, and of course it looks better. See, look. Okay, let me just see here. See, actual roads. You got actual precision, and even better. Come look in here. Come look in here. The buildings are actually real. This is a real building. There's actual stores in here. Look at this. This is worth everything. See, everything in here was handwritten. Every single one of them. Every single store. There was an economy. There were buildings. There was tensions. This is what a real SMP should look like and feel like. And yet we have to contend with the idea that an SMP is like the Dream SMP. It has to be chaotic. It has to be, well, boring. This thing was better than any other SMP could have ever been. And this is my personal favorite part. Sure, the roads. The roads are thin. The roads are particularly thin. But look, markings. Markings on every single one of these. In fact, this highway extends, if you go in this direction, it'll take you 30 minutes to reach the end of the highway. This isn't even a joke either. This transcended SMPs. This just feels more like a real place than anything else. But there was a lot of tensions, and I might just like, maybe I should like describe it later, but like, what else are you supposed to do when you're looking at here? It's like some kind of memory of the past. But anyways, we're gonna go back here, and you're immediately gonna see a difference that is going to stump you in every way, shape, and form. And we're back, and see here, this is not the place you want to be in. This just looks like gay flavored heck is a way to describe it. And I sure as heck might be really, I sure as heck might be like, the foe, but I'm not, because particularly with a lot of this, I just feel like it should be everything or nothing. Dislike me if you want to. You can. That's your choice. But I'm not about to, make the city. Bro, did you build all of this? That's cool. This is the Dream SMP. This was this very famous SMP. Captivated the world between the years 2020 and 2022. And this is a world download of it, made by the man himself. But the one you were looking at before was built mostly by me. This place is not built by me. Obviously, it's built by the most popular Minecraft YouTubers at the time. And I'm not one of them, so you should probably subscribe if you want to see Neo Vulcan come to the Dream SMP whenever that restarts. But for the sake of the argument, you can see the difference. See the difference. Taste the difference. Feel the difference. This is a place where it's kind of chaotic, but there's just nothing particularly here. And then we got another place that's just better. And also, these roads look ugly. And also, wait, I've actually used that combination before. I have actually used block of coal and wool blocks before. Great minds think alike. Okay. Is this where you can finally head to, oh, wait. Wait, that's right. You need to head... Where do you need to head? I think you need to head further than here, maybe? I think I might be incorrect, but, like, Voxy, I want you to tell me what's better, and if you say the Dream SMP, you're bad. But anyways, we're gonna go back into looking at this, and it's, there's just this, place in the middle that's, well, this would be an incredible place to build a base. Not there, not there, not there. I'm just gonna keep flying around until I find something notable. What the heck is this? Yeah, this just feels like a disconnected, like, string of very weird looking places that were all just fitted together in some form of a weird way is to describe it. But hopefully I'm gonna be able to see this in a few minutes. Hopefully I find something of note, or otherwise I'm gonna have to, you know, fly back, find something else. But it looks as if nobody has actually, like, touched this section. This looks like untouched relative to everything else I've seen. See, yeah, this, I feel like I'm just flying out into the middle of nowhere. Oh, wait, I don't think I'm flying into the middle of nowhere. This seems, relatively familiar, or at least it looks like somebody's been here before. No, it's not. I am lying to myself. This is just so dumb. I am so stupid when it comes to looking at this. Oh, but there is another portal. Wait. Maybe we could use another portal to go places. Maybe there might be a route back to the center. Maybe? Okay, first things first. I am, like, dying. But second, I can see that, well, the roads. Okay, so there are roads. Let me see if I can find anything recognizable, or we're just gonna have to travel back. Okay, so that's the area. Gosh. You know what? I'm just gonna pick a random one and hope it works. And okay, that leads back to the center, so no. Okay, this just looks like the Romanian flag, but its saturation was put down. I know what that is, but it looks more like a Romanian flag than it does anything else. And you cannot change my opinion about that. How do you get in? Get in. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm back. How do you get out of this place? This place is so horrid. I wonder how the statistics are. When I'm literally so bored, I head to the statistics of this. It's when I'm getting so bored, I'm looking at the editing instead of when I'm so bored, I'm looking at the statistics of the channel over looking at anything else here. It just tells you this place isn't the fit for me. Go dislike the video. Have fun. But I'm gonna keep continuing. And we're flying out of here, and, you know, actually, coming back, secondly, this does look like a kind of beautiful place. Although, this isn't right, man. It just doesn't feel particularly right. Because this land, if somebody was, like, flying here in 2020, this would be unrecognizable. No one would even understand a thing about how this was created. So, you would be immensely mistaken if you were here. them for what? Them for what? You know what, I don't get it, but somebody filled this in, so maybe they were planning something in this northern area, but it looks as if there wasn't anything particularly of note over there. So I'm just gonna keep flying. Maybe I'll find something eventually. I think I might have, oh gosh, I think I might have traveled the wrong direction. We will find it one day. I should be using this instead. There's a swamp over there. There's a wrecked portal. Ah, there it is. This is the place where I wanted to go. This is the, what is this? This is the exile place. It's just this still doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see here. iPhone 5S. Duolingo learning. Spanish Reddit. Snapchat girl. Snapchat girl streak 0. Oh, Snapchat girl, Snapchat girl. Who is Snapchat girl? We will never know. Spotify, listening to Taylor Swift. Okay. Here's what I think about that. In the slightest regard, here's what I can think of that. And let's just say it's not that good. Mission accomplished. But here we are in the Yarharhar, the random place that is the exile place, trademark. I wonder why this place looks just unusually. I wonder why everything has to be destroyed on this server, because there's just nothing here that's better or worse or better or worse. And okay, I think I'm gonna go mentally insane if I keep up this area. It's just awful. It looks like what I can call this area, in my own opinion, is Le Garbage. Le Garbage, the wonderful place of Le Garbage. There it is. Your wonderful SMP. I will call it Le Garbage, and you will not stop me from saying that. Le Garbage. I don't care if it's in the worst accent ever. You knew what was coming. You should have expected it. Okay, so let's head northward to the snowy whatever. And hopefully we'll find the place where what we're looking for. Or they're gonna just conveniently put it somewhere over here because of plot convenience. I mean, who knows? I think I'm going in the wrong direction. My viewer cam keeps going from 1 to 0 to 1 to 0 to 1 to 0. It looks straight up from my own like page where it's just it looks like code. It looks like code. That's what it looks like. It looks like literal code from some guys like a coding website or something where it's like every single thing is made of ones and zeros, and it's just my viewer graph going 1 0 1 0. That is what you would call it. But I wonder if, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hold it here, and you can just enjoy some nice music. No, not that one. There it is. And we're now just gonna go find it. By just, flying around and finding out. Okay, so that's the edge of the taiga zone. I feel as if I am just exploring the world for them at this point. This just does not feel correct. So that's the outline of the taiga boundary. I feel like I'm just gonna be flying here for another 2,000 years. Dream SMP, you really gotta make some directions here. This is just... why? This is just boring. You are literally making me fly in a random direction for 5 hours and seeing if it actually works. That feels as if that's like a challenge some like YouTuber would like do, where I flew on the Dream SMP for 5 hours and the results are just the worst thing ever. It's like, I found nothing. Amazing. We are going back to the stupid realm where everything belongs. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to make the subscriber count go up. Maybe Maybe? I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just flying around. Clearly, I am going the wrong direction. Maybe. Oh, yeah, we're definitely going the wrong direction. No, wait, we're not. We're not. There's more. There's more. Okay, we're going here. Gosh darn it. We are really just, like, throwing an arrow. I mean, last time I tried it the first time, and we actually made it, so, like, I don't know what occurred here for that to happen. Here we are still going. I'm so sorry for anyone who is. Oh, yep. I'm so sorry for the 0 people who are watching this. This is unfortunately the most boring thing anyone has ever seen. And they're gonna be like, small head. He claims he's better than Tommy in it, and then he makes the worst piece of content ever. What a loser. That's likely what's gonna happen. Wait, if I put on this. Wait a second, if I put on this, that means, like, not gonna get any views, haven't I? Because they might just demonetize me for, well, whatever content they're creating. So I'm just gonna... That should work. Maybe that should allow for the search better. I am definitely going the wrong direction. Someone please find me a way. I am not gonna do that. Oh my gosh. We are just so... We are so dead. We are doomed. I will now sing the boob death song. Wait, no, not that one. That one was really bad. Even my trash comedy can't compete with the boob death song. No, not the boob death song. Gosh darn it. Okay. Where are we? Where are we is the question of the day. Is that it? Did I finally find it? Is my search finally... Oh, never mind. Ah, false positive. You never know what's coming anyways. Oh, wait, no, wait. I found it! Let's go! We're here. This is the place of... what is this? This is the place of the guy who unfortunately passed away of cancer in 2022. What a magnificent place this is. It is... You know what? I'm gonna give it a 9.9 repeating out of 10 because nothing can ever be better than God, but look at that. It's the channel member bell. I must do it. I must. Oh, that's beautiful. That was worth everything. I wonder where the music's coming from. Let me hear it real quick. Oh gosh, yeah, this is horrid. Where am I going? Where am I going? No. But this is a lovely place. Look at how many dogs he has. Are any of them named? Of course not. But that doesn't matter. That's a 9.9 repeating. Look at these huts. This is Ranvu's house. Of course it has the coal and the Ender theme stuff. It's very black and white, which is what monotone is, and also what an Enderman is, basically, in a sense. But I mean, the issue is he's gay flavored, so what am I supposed to say? He's gay flavored. Can't tell me anything else. I should actually just end this early and start something else. Like, what could I possibly do? I could just go to Cookie Stand and then, you know, mm, just unnecessarily berate people for views, like the real Tommy and it did. But is that truly something I really want to do, or is that something that people just want to see me do for no particular reason whatsoever? Oh my gosh. Wait, this looks exactly like you know what this looks like? This looks exactly like the orbs that I used to make when I was like 8. So, I mean, at least their architectural progress has caught up to 8-year-old me. But look at that. We're gonna see this and we're gonna compare it to, we're gonna compare it to, the IO world, which I'm just gonna switch to really quickly. It's gonna be really quick, and here we are again. And actually, in a sense, yeah, I think one of it is better. But look, the point for me is that this is the very first building in the entire city. It's my house. I built a lot of these buildings, so I deserve to have my house stay there for the duration of the city's lifetime. But given that like a lot of their buildings were built in a harsh snow environment, for that particular section I would give them the up because the buildings are furnished. The buildings are furnished. Second, the way they themed it is correct. Everything just feels kind of uniform except, Mr. Gay flavored. And 4, you have a noticeable community. And this one is a noticeable community, but there are noticeable gaps in the roads and in the designs because I think we were rushing this section a little bit too quickly, so one of the buildings got demolished before the server ended. So, in a sense, I guess they were better in that. But we're gonna go back to there because there isn't really much to say other than, fully furnished, this is everything it needs, so this is better, Let's just go back right here and, good. I'm gonna open myself to LAN very quickly. I'm just gonna open a LAN. Cheats. Okay, and then we're gonna do this for, safety reasons because you can't just freaking get your stuff absolutely destroyed. But here we are, we're back in the center. Magic teleportation. There we are. Can I just give myself /off? No, I can't, unfortunately. RIP. Giving myself the opportunity to look here. Oh, what is this? This is a nice place. This is a love garden, but of course it's a money garden. You know what I think about this money garden? No one cares about your massive freaking donations, so shut up and let me burn down this establishment while the altar is made over here. 3,900. Yep. 3,900 burns to your face. There it is. No, wait. L. There. That's what you get. That's what you get. For donating that much, that's what you get. I wonder who this is. Whoever made this, I truly do not like the way you did that. Whoever it was. I must find who made this. You are gonna get in deep trouble after this. Bar. Wow, it's a bar. This is what I think about your bar. You happy now? You happy now? This is what remains of your bar. Chocolate bar. We're not an oligarchy, we're a democracy. not the fake democracy is in here. A real actual democracy. So, I mean, let's analyze it after. Let's just analyze it after the break. And hey, we're now in Hypixel, a neutral area where both of them don't exist. But we are here in Hypixel, the wonderful place that literally everyone thinks that is the best place in the world. However, I still think that Neo Vulcan is better. What do you think, chat? I'm not hearing anything from chat, so I am just going to. Well, I'm actually just gonna wait until the hour mark so that, stuff can work particularly well because I thought, oh, what if we just combined a recording and we put it into a stream? So then what happened was that I got this idea, and then turns out people don't really like it. They like Cooki Stand only, so rest in peace, this idea. You were a wonderful idea, but you just turned out to be kind of sucky after all. But I'm gonna go back to that in a bit. But, now I'm thinking, what made the Dream SMP so popular? And you know what? I'm gonna say it. The Dream SMP was popular because the Dream SMP had character. It had like the people. It was like the people that they loved came together and it created a community. And sure, it didn't really fit as a community that well, but it was a community nonetheless. That's why people equally liked SMP Live, SMP Earth, Championship, Minecraft Mondays, because they had people coming together, people who were completely unrelated from different backgrounds, and yet they still came together and they made something that people really loved. And you know what Neo Vulcan is missing? It's missing those popular YouTubers. It's missing everyone that would necessitate a massive following. Because Neo Vulcan had no following. The largest YouTuber who has ever came in here was me. I'm the guy who made this. And obviously when people don't publish content, then it's not going to be better, it's going to be intrinsically worse. So even though this might be better in its material form, it's not in its world building. It's not in its YouTubers. It's not in the makeup of what made it a good server. Because if it was a good SMP, which it is, but unfortunately is not a great SMP, it would have had a massive amount of success when it came to getting YouTubers on board. But there just wasn't, because that's what SMPs are missing. They're missing their favorite creators coming together and making something unique, something that they had never seen before. Because the Dream SMP was made up of several different massive creators who were already popular on their own before they joined the SMP. So when they joined the SMP, obviously every single channel's subscribers are gonna go to other people's subscribers, and they're gonna be like, yo, what if we join up with you? And then they press subscribe on the channel. So then the views go up, subscribers go up, the watch time goes up, and the revenue goes up. So in reality, what we have here is an SMP that existed generally only because of the existence of the existing fans. Because if you put like all the subscribers before the time of the SMP, if you put them all together, all the YouTubers, you would get around like 30-40 billion, which is the amount that Dream has today. So maybe what we were really looking for in the beginning was, and I believe was, the YouTubers and their reputation. So, I gotta go find myself a YouTuber myself who I can collaborate with if we're going to be successful in the coming era. But from what I can see from the past, 2014, there was a huge wave of Minecraft. 2020, there was a huge wave of Minecraft. So, because of both the Minecraft movie's success and the general shift of YouTube back to more heartfelt content, there's going to be a blow up of YouTube content relating to Minecraft in 2026. And this is my prediction. It will be one of the last blow ups because it's probably not likely Minecraft would survive 22 years, but every single time somebody says that, they've been proven wrong. So the best hope we can get is to hope that by the time 2026 comes around, there will be a blow up so that, Small Channel will go up and everyone else will go up, because success is more about the timing than it is about the content. Because, well, yeah, there are people who make really cool pieces of content in this era, but there hasn't been any massive YouTuber blow up since, say, like 2021, 2022. Nobody else has ever blown up since then. Well, there have, but it's less real than the blow up of the Dream SMP. So, coming back onto this really just unusual time in history, I guess you could say that it was the start and the end of a massive era. One era that we might have again, and we have had before, and therefore we must try to figure out a way to get there in one shape or another. But how is that going to happen if we don't simply wait for it to come? What if we just do it right now? And maybe that's an idea that I need to do. So, I guess that's the end of analysis. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream.